Okay, so we're back and ready to really like dig into another scene.
Yeah,
Right.
let's do it.
From Romeo and Juliet.
Okay.
And this time it's going to be Act 4, Scene 2.
All right.
So if you recall what was going on previously, Romeo has killed Tybalt.
Right.
And Juliet is in like a terrible situation.
Oh, yeah. Things are not looking good.
No, they're not.
For either of them, really.
Yeah.
Romeo's, on the run.
Yeah, he had to flee the city.
Yeah.
And Juliet's dad is like...
pushing this marriage with Paris.
With Paris, like right away.
Yeah, like immediately.
Exactly.
Terrible timing.
Yeah.
But this scene is like, it's a real turning point, I think.
It is.
It really sets the stage for all the tragedy that's coming.
That's about to happen.
Yeah.
And it starts with Lord Capulet.
Yes.
Who is like so excited about this wedding.
I know. He is just like over the moon.
I know. And it's like he's totally oblivious
to
everything that's going on.
You would think that like finding out your nephew has been murdered would like
put a damper on things.
At least put a pause on the wedding plans.
Right.
But no, he's like...
yeah, he's full steam ahead.
Yeah, he wants to get this going.
So he's hiring cooks.
Right.
And he's like planning this huge feast. And it almost makes you forget like how serious everything is.
Right.
Until you remember that,
like Romeo's in hiding.
Yes.
And Juliet's completely heartbroken.
And she does not want to marry this guy.
No, not at all.
At all.
But Shakespeare does this interesting thing here. He actually uses humor
Oh, yeah.
to heighten the tension.
Yeah, how does he do that?
Well, like there's this part
Okay.
where Capulet's talking to the servants about the cooks. And he's like, making sure that they can lick their fingers.
Oh, my goodness.
And it's like a funny little detail.
It is.
But when you think about it against this backdrop of,
impending doom.
Like a potential tragedy.
Yeah.
It really drives home this like dramatic irony.
Yeah.
The audience, we know what's going on.
We know everything.
Yeah, we see the bigger picture, but these characters are like...
completely clueless?
Yeah, they're just like bumbling along.
It makes you like want to scream at them.
Right.
Like, don't you see what's happening?
Yeah, like can't you see what's about to happen?
Yeah.
But of course they can't.
And that's what makes it so good.
Yeah, that's what keeps us on the edge of our seats.
Exactly.
So, we have Capulet off doing his thing, completely oblivious, and then we have Juliet, who's facing this, like, impossible situation.
Yeah.
So what does she do?
Well, she's like, she's got to do something.
She's got to come up with a plan.
Yeah.
And fast.
Right, and she does.
Yeah, what does she do?
She pretends to be, like, the perfect obedient daughter.
Oh, she really puts on a performance.
Oh, yeah.
In this scene.
And it's, like, so convincing.
Like, she could win an award.
I know, right.
For this.
Yeah, she's like...
yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry I was disobedient.
Right, she's like repenting for refusing to marry Paris.
Yeah, and then she's like...
and this is the best part.
I know.
She convinces her dad that she's going to go to confession at Friar Lawrence's cell.
Yeah.
But of course we know.
You do know.
She's actually meeting Romeo.
Yeah.
So sneaky.
Oh, I know, right.
But also kind of brilliant.
It is.
Like she's using her situation to her advantage.
Yeah. And there's that one line.
Oh, yeah.
Where she's like,
yeah.
Henceforward, I am ever ruled by you.
Oh, my gosh. Like that line just gives me chills every time.
I know, because you realize she's like...
totally playing him.
Yeah, she's like manipulating him.
Yeah, she's got him wrapped around her little finger.
I know, and it's so smart.
It is.
But also it's kind of heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Because you see how desperate she is.
Right, like she's backed into a corner and she has to do whatever it takes.
Yeah, to like escape this situation.
To get out of this mess.
Yeah, and this scene is really like a turning point for her.
It is.
She goes from being this like,
like a pawn.
Yeah, like controlled by everyone else.
Yeah, like controlled by her parents and society.
Yes.
But in this scene, she like takes charge.
Yeah, she takes control.
Yeah.
And she makes this really bold decision, which ultimately, seals her fate.
It does.
And speaking of foreshadowing.
Oh, yeah.
There's this one line from the nurse.
Oh, tell me about it.
That like always gives me chills.
Oh, yeah. Which one?
She sees Juliet coming back from Friar Lawrence's cell.
Okay.
And she's like, see where she comes from? Shrift with Mary, look.
Oh, yeah, that one's creepy.
It seems like such a simple observation.
It does.
Right. But it's like, oh.
But knowing what we know,
I know.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, because we know Juliet's just been with Friar Lawrence.
Right, and they've come up with this
crazy plan.
Yes, this like desperate, dangerous plan.
Yeah, and that merry look.
Right.
That's just like a mask.
Yeah, it's all an act.
Yeah.
To hide what she's really planning.
Yeah.
Shakespeare's so good with foreshadowing.
He is like, he's dropping these little hints.
Yes.
All over the place.
And in this case, it's like he's whispering to the audience.
Like, get ready.
Get ready.
This is about to get real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, buckle up. Things are going to explode.
And it all connects back to like, the big themes of the play, like societal expectations, especially for women.
Yeah.
And like
how they're supposed to be obedient.
Yeah, and obey their fathers.
You're right.
And it's those expectations that like force Juliet into this corner.
Exactly.
Where her only option seems to be deception.
Right.
Which leads to
tragedy.
Got it.
Yeah, it's like this chain reaction.
So as we're wrapping up this scene, we have Capulet.
Blinded by his own desires.
Yeah.
Just pushing forward.
Yeah. With this wedding that is like doomed from the start.
Yeah, it's never going to work out.
And then there's Juliet.
Yeah.
Who's like trapped in this web of lies.
Yeah.
And she's taking this huge gamble to escape this life.
Yeah, the life she's being forced into.
And it makes you think, knowing what Juliet's planning and knowing how this whole story ends.
Yeah.
How do you view her actions?
Right.
In this scene?
Yeah. Is she a hero?
Yeah. Is she like a cunning heroine fighting for love?
Or is she like a desperate teenager?
Yeah. Making a reckless choice.
Yeah. That's going to lead to disaster.
Yeah. Is it one or the other, or is it like...
Or is it both?
Yeah.
It's a good question to think about.
Yeah. And to keep in mind as you keep reading, because this scene is like the turning point.
It is.
And everything that happens after this is a result of the choices made here.
Right.
And it really makes you wonder, could it have turned out differently?
Right.
Or was this tragedy like inevitable?
Yeah. Was it always going to end this way?
Yeah. From the very beginning.
That's Romeo and Juliet for you.
Yeah.
Always leaves you thinking.
Yeah.